And our first topic for this week will be on the Sunday night game. And we got this thing covered from both angles. On the Jets side, this will be the debut for Davante Adams. He is expected to play a significant role in the Jets offense. And one thing that really helps, of course, is the familiarity that Davante has with the coaching staff in New York and with, of course, the quarterback. He was with Nathaniel Hackett in Green Bay. He was with Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay, and the system they're running in New York is similar, some differences, but similar to the one that they ran in Green Bay. And the terminology is almost identical. So it's given Davante the chance to hit the ground running over the last few days as he's gotten his feet wet and becoming a New York Jet. And as to how this all came together, if you want to go back, a couple of weeks, this really hadn't gotten off the ground. In fact, the Jets didn't even make a hard offer to the Raiders until last week after Robert Saleh was fired. The framework of the deal came into place on the afternoon of the Jets' Monday game against the Bills. The framework was in place right before kickoff. Jets GM Joe Douglas called the Raiders after the Jets lost to the Bills to accept the terms of the deal. And now Davante Adams is a New York Jet. And that word I used earlier, familiarity, is a really important one when you're talking about this move. Aaron Rodgers is like a lot of other quarterbacks who've been in his position in the past, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, very exact in what they want from their receivers, very tough on the skill players as far as where they're supposed to be. If a guy, they wanted it 9 yards, that doesn't mean 10, that doesn't mean 8. They wanted it 9 yards. I think that's led to some bumps as he's tried to grow a relationship with Garrett Wilson. We saw him call out Mike Williams publicly. He already has Alan Lazard in-house. He had Randall Cobb there last year. And having Davante Adams, of course, gives him a higher level of player based on where Lazard is in his career, where Cobb was in his career a year ago. Adams is on the back end. He's not what he was before. Doesn't quite have the run after catch ability that he had early in his career. But he's still a high level player and brings that level of chemistry with Aaron Rodgers. Now, on the other side of the Sunday night matchup, of course, the story is the quarterbacks, plural. Mike Tomlin, as of Friday morning, had not yet told Justin Fields and Russell Wilson who is starting the game. But the actions of the coaching staff in practice, the way they're repping in practice, has telegraphed the decision that they will give Russell Wilson a chance. Now, why do this? I think that's the first question. I think part of it is you want to give yourself a full view of what you've got at quarterback going into the back half of the year. And they know what they've got in Justin Fields through 6 games. He's 4-2 as the starter. He's brought a lot to their running game. He's had some ups and downs as a passer, but he's come along in that area too. You don't know what you have in Russell Wilson. And the trouble is if you stick with Justin Fields here and you don't go to Russell Wilson, well, that might be it for Russell Wilson with the Steelers. Whereas if you go with Russell now and you give it a shot and you kick the tires on it, you can always go back to Justin. And oh, by the way, I would not rule that out at all. Justin Fields still has plenty of support in that building. There are lots of people in that place that really thought that Justin Fields should remain the starter. I don't doubt that they're going to rally and see what they've got they've got with Russell Wilson, but that does not signify any lack of belief in Justin Fields, any lack of belief that Justin Fields has a bright future in Pittsburgh, or that he doesn't have a future this year as a starting quarterback. I certainly think there's a chance he could wind up being the starting quarterback down the road, and maybe not even too far down the road.